Crisis looms in Nnamdi Kanu's community over father's successor. Barely 4 months after the burial of the late traditional ruler of Isiama Afaraoku Autonomous Community, late Eze Israel Kanu and wife, Sally, the community is currently locked down in a crisis over who succeeds Nnamdi Kanu's late father. Recall that the community was thrown into panic following a squabble between the community and a lady identified as Doris Ogala, who is not an indigene of the area but has been living there from birth with the parents. At the center of the crisis are the younger brother of Nnamdi Kanu, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, Ikechukwu Ndubeze, the President General of the community on one side, and other cabinet members of the late traditional ruler on the other. It was reported that as a result of the disagreement between the community and the lady, the community threatened to evict the lady from their homeland. Speaking in an interview on the looming crisis, the traditional Prime Minister of Isiama Afaraoku Community, Chief Chima Chefulam Odomenam, revealed that Ikechukwu Ndubeze ceased to be the President General of the community last year October, before the death and burial of Eze and Ugweze Israel Kanu, parents of the IPOP leader. Thank you for listening to this news. I thought as much because I was wondering, after the death, since the king is dead, what next? Because now that the king is dead, the community will not just be left like that. Definitely there should be someone to succeed the king. So now the question is, who should it be? Who should the leadership go to? Who should the kingship go to? Should the kingship still remain in Nnamdi Kanu's family, or is it going to another family? That is the question. So viewers, I will say generally that whatsoever that must determine who should be the next king of Afaraoku, or whosoever that is going to help in determining that, or whatsoever conditions or whatsoever means they are going to use to decide or determine who should be the next king, should be a justified means. Because looking at the reign of Eze Kanu, that's the parent of Nnamdi Kanu, from my observation, I discovered that his reign has been a very peaceful one, and the people of Afaraoku are very much contented and very much okay with his reign. So anyone that must succeed him should be someone that has that kind of heart and spirit to rule the community. It should not be someone with autocratic spirit or pride. It should be someone with dignity. Right? And that person must be someone that is outspoken, that can stand without fear. Because I see the king to be someone that is courageous. Look at the issue of Biafran Republic. You can see how the king and the wife stood firm and strongly behind their son, Nnamdi Kanu, even when it was getting tougher. They were by his side. They stood by him. they never gave up. They never allowed fear to get hold of them. You see that? So it should be someone that is outspoken and ready to stand before the people. Nnamdi Kanu would have been a good option, but it's not the type that is in love with leadership. I'm 100% sure that Nnamdi Kanu will not even want to have anything to do with that. When talking about someone or people who want to have something to do with that, then you're talking about Emmanuel Kanu, that's brother to Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So those are the ones that I know that we definitely want to fight for that seat. But then whatever they are doing, if they are doing anything concerning that, it should be peaceful, because Afro community has been a very peaceful community even till after the death of of the parents of Nnamdi Kanu. Understand? So it should be a very peaceful one. There should be no cause to cause any alarm. Understand? The leadership should not be something that will cause issue or misunderstanding. All right. So I will say that with this, the people of Afaroko, to me, are very set and okay to select who should be the next king, because they have mourned the king enough. They really need a king to govern them, to stand for them, to speak for them. Understand? All right. So it is very much important. So while doing that, I will say that they should do that with lots of peace. I know that Nnamdi Kanu will not be left out why these decisions have been made, because I know him to be the outspoken type. So because of the love that he has for his community, he will definitely involve himself and borrow them his own idea as a prince. Understand? So viewers, you believe me when I say that leadership, actually of a truth, flows inside Nnamdi Kanu, but it's not the type that fancies such a thing. It doesn't fancy it, and I know and I strongly believe that he will not want to even get himself involved. You know, where he is right now is very okay and contented, very okay and contented. Understand? So even if he really want to, I know many people will be saying that Nigerian will come after. Sorry my dear, there is nothing Nigerian can do to him. Nnamdi Kanu is as free like a bird. People behind him are times 10 greater than the Nigerian leadership, than the Nigerian government. What power does Nigerian government have over the international country? We are talking about the world powers. What power do they have over them? They don't. So what are we saying? These are the people that Nnamdi Kanu sit and dine with. So there is nothing Nigerian can do to him, even if he decides to take up that position. But meanwhile, I know Nnamdi Kanu very well that he will not want to have anything to do with such position, because he's very much okay where he is, and he's very much okay with what he's doing. All right. So my viewers, without much to say, I want to say that the importance of having a king is very much is very much needed, very needed. So my viewers, what is your take on this news? Please don't forget, your comments concerning this news are very much important. Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.